Hey, what's up, guys? It's Chris Daniel, the PMP Guru. Look, I got a special edition for you today. I just had one of my clients pass the PMP exam like 3 days ago, and I had the chance to catch up with her. We had a great conversation, but I was able to get her on. I was able to get her on recording. I got an audio. I didn't get video because she's going to Las Vegas to celebrate, which she should. I'm absolutely proud and happy for her. But I definitely wanted to share. I think she gives some great nuggets, guys, to things that you all have questions about on how people pass this thing. It is a tough exam. She actually failed it the first time. She took another boot camp somewhere else at a university. She went through my boot camp, my study process, my 35 hours. She did the self-study, guys, for about a month. She stuck to it. She didn't give up. She made a covenant with this exam. She became a PMP. She became the profile of the perfect project manager during this process, and as a result, she passed the test. So I'm not going to talk too long. It's about 25 minutes, so brace yourselves. But we get into some really good nuggets of what she did personally to overcome her fear of taking that exam again, of putting in the 10,000 hours of study, guys. And I say that loosely, not exactly 10, but she probably spent another 50 to 75 self-study hours outside of the class, outside of the 35 that we did. And mostly she's probably spent a week or two waiting for her organization to pay for the exam. We had about a week and a half delay. They sent the paper check in instead of electronically. Go figure. However, that gave her time to study. So look, without further ado, I present to you Jeanell Hines, PMP.
All right, man. It's day 2. How do you feel as a PMP?
Last night it felt like, did this really happen? Did I really pass?
I love it.
Is this really over? Is this really behind me?
It has just begun, my friend. It's just begun.
Wow. It feels great. It feels great.
I'm sure. I can't imagine. Like I said, I didn't take it. I passed it on the first try, and that's not to brag, but I'm always curious as to hear what was different from the first time to the second. Like, what did you do differently? What did you like? Talk to me about like your process. How did you study differently? Like, I'm curious.
Okay, that's very easy. I did not really study the first one. I think there was a sense of arrogance in the sense of I know how to do this stuff, so I understand. And the first class was more of a classroom learning, the PMBOK. We use PMBOK and Mulcahy. Yep. So I understood the basic concepts, and I figured I could do math. At no time did I try to memorize. I memorized the formulas, but at no time did I try to memorize the 47 process groups, et cetera. And I did not put anywhere near the level of intensity of studying. And when I took the test and I sat down, I looked at the questions and the answers, and I hit submit, because I felt like I had aced it. And
No, and that's honest. That's real. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. So coming into the class with you, I came in with a more humble spirit in the sense of you don't know what you think you know, and not in the manner in which they are looking, to teach you this concept of project management. And so with that spirit of listening and understanding and being pliable and trying to grasp, then I began to pour myself into, listening and studying and understanding my mode of learning. And I know that I'm visual. Yeah. And so after different subjects that I said, critical chain, critical path, what's the real difference? And then I would go and Google something on YouTube and hear 2 or 3 people explain it. Then I have it intrinsically now. I understand that. Oh, this one is related to scheduling. Work breakdown package. I understood that. But now I understand it's really associated with budget, et cetera. So really understanding. And then it made me realize that I did have gaps in my knowledge of project management because I used to wonder, well, how do they know that? How does a company know to do blah, blah, blah? And why do projects fail? You know, you hear about these multi-billion-dollar projects. I don't understand how that can happen. And so now I have a better understanding as to how that can happen. So that was the difference. I listened in class, you know, did what we said we would do. I took multiple simulation exams for 4 hours.
Okay.
Because
how many did you take? How many simulations do you think you took? Like
I'm going to say I took about 6 or 7.
Okay. The full 4 hours.
Yes, I would get there, sit. I would only take one break, go to the bathroom, and finish the exam. So I did. I want to say I did 6 or 7.
Love it. Now, talk to me about this. And one thing I do, and let me say this, I appreciate about you, that you ask a lot of questions in class. And for some instructors, that might bother them, but to me, that lets me know, okay, the synapses are clicking, like you're getting it, and you're trying to get a better understanding. Like, what can you recommend, like, people do in a boot camp? You know, the content is the content, right? The PMBOK is the PMBOK. Right. The 35 hours are the 35 hours. Like, talk to us about, like, okay, after you left class, or even while you're in class, what are some of the things that helped you, not from my content, but, like, that helped you personally, you know, retain this information at a deeper level?
To make a connection back to your experiences. And that's what, you know, McKimbach say. I can understand if someone has not had the experiences or cannot make the connection back to their experiences. That helps you get it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
why.
What that
meant when I,
Yes, right. And so whatever your experiences are, that you can make that connection back, and that will help you get it.
Got it. Okay. So you asked questions, you made it relate back to your experiences. Yes or no question. You think that someone has to definitely have been a project manager in an environment for 3 to 5 years to really get it? Do you think that's necessary?
I do. I really do.
Good.
I really do.
Got it. Good. So now let's talk about we talked about the prep. We talked about being in class for 35 hours. Talk to me about how you studied, like, outside of class, during the week of the boot camp, after the boot camp. We know all about the 4-week follow-up, but let's talk about, like, what you did personally.
Well, what I didn't really know the first time I took it, you sort of gave us, I don't know what to call it, an affidavit that that we signed to say, I will study 2 hours a day. I will do these things. When I read that, I was like, oh, was that what I was supposed to do? I didn't know I was supposed to study like that. And so it reminded me of my older daughter. She's an attorney now, and my younger daughter, who's a physician now. But when she saw her younger sister studying for her, graduate exams and stuff like that, she went, oh, is that what you were supposed to study? We just went to the clubs and the bars after exam. We didn't come back and so after she saw her sister moving, then she went back and got her master's, went back and got her law degree. But it was that experience for me, like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to study like that. And so you have to do the time. You have to do the time.
Yeah. Nowhere around it. It's nowhere around
it. And as much as you have experiences, you can't, your experiences and what they're trying to make you connect to are different. So until you understand, what they call PMIism, you won't grasp it. You won't pass the exam.
Yeah. You almost have to become, the model project manager in this process in your thinking to really get it, Good.
Exactly. You have to put down, and that's why it's kind of confusing to people. When on one hand they're saying, well, my experiences is what you need, but at the same time they say throw out your experiences. But that's the way you just framed it, that you have to become the model person that's a project manager, and that's what they're trying to create.
Yeah.
Not all of the experiences to how in real life it will happen. In real life, there is no probably model TM, but I understand you have to teach it that way.
Yes, absolutely. Good. So we did at least 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. Sometimes it might have been 3 hours. Sometimes it might have been 6 days.
Exactly.
Sometimes it might have been 7 days. But
yes, I don't think I ever did less than that. The framework.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the framework. Is that I've just seen that happen for people who pass. I've seen them just follow that framework. So talk to me about the exam experience. So now we put this time in. All right, so you finished the study sessions with me, about 4 weeks ago.
Yes, end of March. And so we studied for 4 or 5 weeks, and we're prepared. We got, that's easily 40, 50, 60 hours of self-study. Now we walk into this testing center, right? Now, maybe some, concerns. We've taken it before. This is our second pass at it. But I like what you said to me before. You said, you know what, Chris? I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take this exam, and if I don't pass it, I'm going to come back and take it again. Like, talk to me about, because here's why I want you to just speak on this, because there are some people who, that's a real fear. They're afraid that, oh, my gosh, what if I put in all this time and it doesn't work? How did you mentally shift? Like, how did you mentally go from, you know what, yes, I wasn't successful the first time, but I'm going to take this thing until I pass it. Like, what was the brain work that you had to do to get there? I've always been that way. I don't like failure. I don't like anything incomplete. Dot the I's, cross the T's, put the period at the end of the sentence. So I grew up, fall down, get up, do it again.
Yeah.
That's my mode of operation. So the fact that I didn't pass it was shocking to me. What? Me, Jeanell? I'm the A student. I'm the teacher's pet.
I love it.
I'm the best employee. What do you mean? I flunked this exam. I'm looking at the screen in shock. So it was, I knew that I would take it again, and I knew that I would have taken it at least a third time. It was never quit on the first try. Come on, really? No, don't quit on the first try. Never, ever quit on the first try. So.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, so we go in, we're mentally prepared. How long did it take you to finish?
I had 23 minutes to go, and I said, I have no more. Yeah, I put out everything that I know. I'm not going to go back and change my answers. I marked, maybe, 21 or so questions. I felt that it wasn't as hard as some of the simulation exams. And I said, I'm glad those simulation exams seemed to have been harder because it prepared me. But it was still almost everything was situational questions that I got. And I was tired. I said, I'm tired of these freaking situations. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And when you get tired, you want to just sort of answer, just pick an answer, the first one that seems right. And then I remembered, don't do that. I had listened to a lot of read from the bottom up, read the question first, go back, focus, shake it off, take a deep breath. But it's almost frustrating. Like, come on, really? Can't you think of anything else to ask me? Yeah. But you feel frustration as you're going through the exam.
I love it. So we get through. How many passes? Did you do the multiple passes?
I did. Yes, I did. I went through and I felt like I was able to answer more. Usually the first time the first question stumped me, and that might have messed my head up. So I was prepared that the first couple of questions that I couldn't answer, with confidence. Yeah. And I answered the first one, the second one, the third one with confidence. And so that gave me my momentum. Good. And then I did everything that everybody suggested that I do.
Okay.
I had planned to be at the center at 11:30. You said get there 11:15. I'm glad because when I got there, I couldn't find anywhere to park. Yeah. The public parking garage was full. There was construction in the area. I finally put the car on a 2-hour meter and said, I know I'm going to get a ticket. I'll just have to pay for it. The hotels were full, etc. Yeah. So my daughter, the one that just took her, recertification for her med board, said, her sister told her, review some questions that you know just before you go into the exam to get your mind in the framework of the question. I did that. You had said the night before, pull out your flashcard. I pulled out my flashcard, got up that morning, pulled out my flashcard the night before, put them under my pillow, my mattress, pulled them out that morning. I took pictures of things that you would call a flashcard, went through my phone, looked at those. And so that's all I can do. So as I went through, I was able to answer on the first try what I felt comfortable about and didn't have to mark half of them. And then I went back through and I marked, unmarked some of the ones that I had answered and marked, and some I didn't answer. I tried to save the math ones, for last, so that mine would be in a math frame of mind.
Yes.
And then there was a couple that I was still stuck on, so I went back through. So I guess you might say I did 3 passes on those last couple.
Love it.
And then there was 23 minutes to go, and I said, "All right, Lord." They say your first answer is the best answer. There's nothing I'm stuck on. What I didn't know, I still don't know. And, just sat there, said another prayer, and hit submit.
So I want to know real quick, how many do you think you truly didn't know the answer to? Like rough estimate. Out of the 200 questions.
Maybe 3 or 4.
I love it.
3 or 4, it was like, what?
Yeah.
This is not even English. What is this?
Yeah.
So I said, maybe it's just one of those test questions that they threw in there.
Yeah. I love it.
But compared to the first time that I took it, I would say maybe a third to a half of them I didn't know. Okay. And then I realized how unprepared I was. This time, I understood. I understood what they were asking, or at least I thought that I did.
Okay, got it.
As opposed to not having a list of what they're asking.
Yeah, good. So, a couple of more questions and we'll wrap up. But what's the first thing you did? You hit submit. Did you get the little survey on the screen?
Yes.
And then answer the questions, and then the next screen said congratulations. So you walk up to the front, you get your stuff out of the locker, you pick up your sheet of paper, you walk out of the testing center. Did you yell? Did you scream? What did you do?
No, I didn't, because I had saw congratulations on the screen. But while it was spinning and while I'm answering that survey, now all of the anxiety came in.
Yeah.
All of the weight, of what if you didn't pass? You thought you had passed before.
Yeah.
You got to tell your husband. You got to tell your children. You got to tell your classmates. You got to tell your teacher. You got to tell the sponsors. You got to tell everybody you didn't pass that's praying for you. So all this is going through your head while you're answering those questions, this moment of anxiety of waiting. That's hard. That's hard.
That 30 seconds, 60 seconds, however long that little beach ball spins in the center of your machine, that seems like the longest time.
Yes.
But you're right, all the anxiety, the what ifs, the Monte Carlo analysis, right? All the what ifs. All the what ifs come into play.
All the what ifs.
But I'm so glad. It's more, I feel like this. I feel like it's 50% mental prep and then 50% content prep. You know what I mean? I feel like half of it is just, can you go in and conquer this electronic 200 questions?
Yeah, and one of my daughters said, she said, Mom, you're going to pass. I can tell in your voice the way we've been having conversation. You're confident, and you're going to pass. And I just said, okay, let me stay confident if I am. Let me not talk myself out of being confident.
Yeah, good. I love it.
But I did go in feeling, I went in feeling that I knew what I knew, and I knew what I still didn't fully, always grasp. And so you don't, because, in real life, that stuff, there's computers for that. There's the accounting department for that. There's the contracts department for that. But I have a better understanding of it. I knew that.
Pretty good. I love it. So we walked out of the testing center. We walked in one way. We walked out of PMP. I love it.
Right. So, and it was, you know, I just had to say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. And one young man, he was there studying taking the test for his CPA. He said, we don't know yet. We have to wait, like my daughter on her med board. We have to wait. And he says, good that you know right away, you know, when somebody walked out and handed me that paper, that, you know, notarized piece of paper that they handed me.
Right.
And and it was good to know that I had passed in all 5 groups.
Yes.
You know, I think I would have been disappointed had I not passed all 5 groups.
Right. 5 out of 5 proficient. I love it. Good. So we went from, I mean, I'm just so proud because you really took the bull by the horns. You really studied. I mean, you really put the time in. You would come to the study sessions. I could tell you were prepared. I honestly told Aggie maybe about weeks ago that I felt like you and there's one other student I feel you're ready. I feel like you're ready. So I'm excited, man. I'm super excited.
Thank you.
I'm super happy.
Thank you.
I know it's only up from here.
Yes.
You know,
I'm excited. Thank you. And I just want to say I'm excited for the opportunities that I had to study with you. And I appreciate the opportunity. I believe that I needed both of those classes. The first one, which laid the basis foundations, you know, for the PMBOK, et cetera. And that primarily focused studying across the knowledge areas. Your focus was presenting it down the process groups. And for me, that's when things began to click.
All right, so you heard what Jeanell said, guys. You heard everything, every secret, every nugget that she shared. It wasn't magic. It wasn't rocket science. It was just diligence. It was self-study. It was humbling and submitting yourself. It was making a covenant with the credential itself. It was doing whatever she needed to do to get it in. Jeanell called me back. We got cut off right at the end there, but she did call me back, and we talked for another 10 or 15 minutes about just how she would really and truthfully study in the margins, guys. She would have just note cards everywhere she went. She got to the exam earlier than she wanted to. All the stuff I tell people in boot camps, man, all the stuff that most people don't think about, all the gaps that other people don't close in boot camp. She did it. She followed it to a T. She didn't jump the gun. She knew, and I think she had an added advantage because she failed the exam before, going through another instructor, going through another process. She knew what the exam felt like. I think the biggest nugget was, look, guys, she said she took about 6 or 7 mock exams, not 50 or 100 questions. She took the full 200 question 4-hour exam like 6 times before she took the real thing, man. That's preparation. All right, so when we talk about success where opportunity meets preparation, that was just an example of how it's done. I couldn't have said it any better. And truthfully speaking, I'm so glad one of your peers said it and not me, because you guys learn from your peers better than you learn from me, right? So look, take Jeanell's advice, listen to it again, share it with someone who you know who's studying for the PMP exam. And truthfully, guys, honestly, like, do what she said, do. It works. Salute to Jeanell. She should be on a plane to Vegas right now. She should be sipping drinks by the pool in 118-degree weather, really celebrating herself for putting in the work and now getting the reward. So salute. I know great things are to come, and I know great things are to come for you guys. So whether you've taken it before unsuccessfully, whether you're getting ready to take it, whether this is your second or third try, look, forget everything you've done. Start from scratch. Study like you've never studied before. Close all the gaps, use all the resources, and come out a winner. Guys, I'll see you on the next audio. Take care.